So I want to talk about a sort of philosophical idea, which I have noticed most people don't seem to realize, or most people don't feel this way. But it has to do with the idea that hell is other people, coined by Jean-Paul Sartre. And what it really means, because I get the feeling that most people don't really understand what this opinion really entails. Hell is other people simply means that you, as a person, simply cannot stand the presence of other people for various reasons. And I'm one of those people. Now, that isn't to say that I have, something personal or against people in general, because in general, I don't care about other people, period, right? But people are, for the most part, intolerable. The way they behave, the way they think, the racket, the noise, everything they stand for, it is just the lamest shit ever, right? And I used to be, when I was younger, I used to be one of these people that just, wanted to belong, wanted to be part of the group, you know, I wanted to have friends, basically. And because I was naive, of course, and I refused to accept, the truth that, most people are absolutely no good, right? People are no good. They are not good to themselves, and for, they are not good to anybody else as well. And I'm going to tell you a little story about fifth grade or so. For no reason whatsoever, I developed this terrible anxiety. And every time I had to go outside to go to school, every time a person, went by me, I just had the craziest anxiety for no reason whatsoever. No reason whatsoever. And I remained as such for a lot of years. A lot of years. Even in my 20s. And this all went away when I realized that something inside me, an instinct, a reflex, whatever you want to call it, insight, was trying to warn me that coming into contact with other people was against my best interests, right? And maybe you feel the same way. The body never lies. Nature never lies, right? I mean, people are a disappointment. People use and abuse you, and then they toss you in the trash like a used condom, right? People are just no good. Simple as that. You give them your heart, you dedicate yourself to them, and they take advantage of it. They exploit it to the max, and then when there's nothing left of you, they just move on to the next sucker, right? No mercy, no kindness, no giving you the same type of respect and dignity that you give them, right? People are the source of a lot of stress, of a lot of trouble, right? Obviously, every person cares about themselves only. So you have to get this idea out of your head that, your special someone just can't stop thinking about you, right? You need to understand that people are generally incredibly selfish and self-centered and narcissistic. Okay, so there's nobody here that's just constantly thinking about you, worrying about you, trying to make you feel better. It's not true. Okay? It's not true. So when I finally snapped out of this hypnosis of thinking that, people, if you treat them with respect, the way that you would want to be treated, they're going to treat you the same. Once I snapped out of that stupid, naive bullshit, my anxiety just went away. My stress and my worries, they just evaporated, you see. Because people, even intentionally or unintentionally, will cause you a lot of pain and suffering. And to give you an example, whenever I see people on the street, I go in the opposite direction. Just because I know that no good can occur when people band together. Because let me tell you a truth. When people band together in a group, in masses, they lose their humanity. They become beasts, they become animals. They develop a sort of hive mind that takes over. So they become the animal. That's what I like to call it, right? It seems that their personality, their characteristics, they just disappear and they adopt, I don't know, a certain template that is unaware, unconscious, right? So my advice is that you have to distance yourself from the multitudes, because the multitudes aren't comprised of people. They are comprised of the worst aspects that a human can have, right? So whenever I see people on the street in groups, I just go in the opposite direction. I go around the block. I don't want to have anything to do with people. I don't engage. I don't get involved. I don't give a shit about chit chat or small talk. I don't care about nothing like that, right? Because that's a whole lot of trouble, and that's useless. It is meaningless. It is a waste of your time. Okay, I know you feel lonely. I know you feel sad, and I know you want to belong, but it's never gonna happen like that. All right, it's never gonna happen like that, and you need to accept this fact, right? Because otherwise, you're gonna suffer again and again. I mean, like George Carlin said, we still haven't learned not only how to take care of ourselves, but to take care of others. We don't know. We just don't know. It isn't in our nature, okay? And we will never learn. So the best thing for me is to just mind my own business, retreat from society, because society is the bane of my existence, of any human's existence, but most people, they don't know this because most people are unconscious. I mean, you just have to look outside your window to understand what humanity is all about. Just simple observation, it will take you only a minute, right? You can't even ride a bus or a train. You can't even walk on the street. You can't go into a restaurant or anywhere where you have to wait with a bunch of other people without without some racket, some noise, some animal sound, some music playing, some screeches and howls. People don't know how to be civilized. I mean, whatever happened, for example, to go to a bar and it's all dark and it's all quiet and everybody is by themselves. A bar used to be a place, a sacred temple, where you went to have a drink by yourself in solitude and just either forget your suffering or to think about it, right? You can't go anywhere without this bustle, without this frolicking, busy bees, all of them, all they keep on buzzing and making this fucking noise, right? Playing music, watching videos, like headphones haven't been invented, right? Doing all sorts of stupid shit in trains, right? And on buses, like, you know what I'm saying? people don't know how to behave in public. Okay? They just don't know because, first of all, they have no dignity. That's the first thing, right? People are nothing but trouble. They will only hurt you. Now, this is not this video is not the intention of this video to dissuade you from interacting with people. I'm just saying basic facts here. Whatever you do, that's your decision. But to me, it's obvious that we have failed as a species, and there's no hope for us to salvage anything. We're far too gone, and we can't come back to what once was, right? I mean, in my life at least, people have always been the source of every suffering, every agony, every anguish, and it's unfortunate, but I don't regret, right? You shouldn't regret the suffering that and the pain that you have experienced because of other people, because these are valuable lessons. Okay, these are valuable lessons that you need to love with all of your heart, because most people they don't learn anything. Not They don't introspect, they don't analyze, and most of all, they don't criticize themselves. Whenever they look in a mirror, they see this angel, they see this saint, right? They don't even know how to criticize themselves and call them out on their own bullshit, right? So that's why I stay away from people. It's hell on earth. It is a torture of the highest order to be next to another human being, right? I mean, if you go into a store, if you go somewhere and you have to wait in line, right? In any situation where more than two people are present, it becomes a shit show. It becomes a carnival, a spectacle, you know, the worst imaginable, grotesque thing that you can think about, right? Hell is other people. And it shocks me, even now, that most people still seek out other people because they're so weak that, you see, the problem with people is that they cannot tolerate, solitude. They cannot tolerate silence. And they certainly cannot be by themselves with their own thoughts in darkness. Right? That's too much for them, because when you're alone with your own thoughts, no noise, no distraction, uh, a few questions of the highest importance pop up, and they will demand answers, and those answers will not be a positive in any way, of course, if you have a conscience, right? So that is why people gravitate to groups and such, right? Because they want the distraction from the truth, right? And most people go about their lives in total ignorance, not only of themselves, but of everybody else, right? Even though they get hurt constantly and continuously by others, they still persist. And let me tell you something. The people that will hurt you the most in life, without any sort of restraint, without any sort of thought, will be your loved ones, your family, your friends, your partners. The people that you assume care about you the most, right? Those are the people that most of all do it almost at random, unintentionally even. But they are the ones that will hurt you the most, which is fucked up. I mean, if you're honest, there's no hope for us as a species. We're done for. We're doomed. And I think that's a good thing, because I think we have outstayed our welcome on this planet. You know, what we do here is not impressive. What we do here, listen, what we do here is not impressive. It is not significant, or it is not relevant, right? I mean, think about it. What we do here, all of the stupid shit, all of the goofy shit, all of the paperwork and bureaucracy, and what we occupy ourselves with. Like, today, all we have are memes and reaction videos and anime videos and TikToks, and let's look at the news and let's get brainwashed and let's believe all of the bullshit, right? I mean, we're done for, folks. It is what it is, and I think that's a positive thing. That the fact that we are, what 1 foot in the grave as a species is the best thing imaginable, right? I mean, you couldn't, if I, listen, you couldn't pay me to interact with other people. It is what it is. It is something that I will not allow to happen because I still have my dignity. And as we all know, the first thing that will be sacrificed when you engage with other people will be your dignity, right? You cannot let love or affection blind you because it will be abused, it will be exploited, and you will get hurt, intentionally or unintentionally. It is what it is, right? And first of all, most people don't deserve your time, right? Most people are exhausting, they are tiring, they will suck the life out of you with their banal, average bullshit, right? It's like, I don't have the energy to interact with other people. It's just, I don't want to mingle, bro. You can call me antisocial or an introvert all you like. I don't care. I just do not have the energy to involve myself with other people because they are just the worst. They are the worst, inconsiderate, disrespectful, whatever you want to call them. So if you've realized this truth, and if you want to get out of this, endless cycle of just being abused over and over again and traumatized by these loved ones that should care about you, uh, the the only thing that you can do to save yourself, to save your sanity, is to detach completely. You see, the cure for sadness and depression and loneliness and so on is indifference. You have to resign yourself to solitude, and if you detach yourself from all of these people, they will leave you alone because you will not give them your energy for free. Okay? It is what it is. Right? Not to say that you should not do whatever you want. If you want to, participate in this shit show and just waste your precious time on people that don't deserve it, that's fine. Do whatever you want. Right? I did that. I had that mindset long ago, and then I had to accept the truth that these people, they do not deserve my time. They are not worthy of me. Simple as that, right? And today, for some sick reason, people like, almost glorify this, being an introvert or whatever. It's not. It's just another state of being, whatever. Right? It's not something special. People have been doing this since the dawn of time. I don't understand why this is so, blown out of proportion, like it's just this unique, rare type of philosophy. It's not. Calm down, bro. It just means that you're smart enough to realize that if you keep on interacting with people, they will keep on, you know, inflicting suffering upon you for no good reason, right? I mean, since I realized that people are pure hell, that they are torture, and they don't really care about you, since I distanced myself from everybody, my life has improved dramatically for the better, right? There's nothing wrong with being alone for your entire life. To me, it's probably the best thing, the best choice that you could possibly ever make. Okay, nothing wrong with it. My life has improved, and you could say that there is some sort of, happiness to it because of it. Like, I don't have to worry about anything anymore because I don't engage in anything and I don't care about anything. Indifference is the key to happiness in life. The moment you involve yourself, that is the moment that you will suffer, right? See, you don't need a special highbrow religious ideology or philosophy to explain how you should get rid of suffering, right? You don't have to sit, under a tree and meditate. You just have to distance yourself from people, okay? You don't have to, fast or whatever. Just mind your own business by yourself. There's nothing wrong with it. Hell is other people. That's pretty much it. Thanks for watching.